Hi, Karen. Hi,
Hello,
Kay.
Mary. Great to see you. Sorry I missed last week, but the video, everything everybody's doing is so remarkable. It's beautiful. Love it, love it, love it.
Good. That makes my heart sing.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. It's going to be a good day today.
Well, that was a great teaser you sent out.
Well, I gotta, like get that feeling out there so that,
Hi.
how else do you do that? Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Michelle. Marla, hi.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How are you?
So I know we've got some people that aren't going to be able to make it today for work-related reasons. But we'll have a good session anyway.
For sure.
Always.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Amy. Anybody have anything that they want to discuss from last week or the previous weeks or anything else they have on their mind? Anything?
Too much.
Okay.
Too much. Too much.
Well, I hope that's a good thing. I hope that's a good too much and not a, oh no.
Well, through pain we learn, right?
Well,
Yeah.
this vision board workshop is never one and done. So, you can always come back.
Right. The bubbling up reference that you make is more profound than that even sounds. Bubbling up is more like exploding at sometimes, which is good. It's not going to get better staying down in there. So, yeah.
Kay, I just have to ask you, that beautiful image behind you, is that a photograph that you took?
No, it's a beautiful painting that my dear friend painted. Isn't it lovely?
Oh my.
It is, and I've noticed it on other readings, and it's just so wonderful. I could just be right there. It's very peaceful.
Oh, in person, it's much more magnificent. The depth and it's just so beautiful. My dear friend that passed away in January, and well, in December, had painted it for me. So it's a wonderful, wonderful remembrance, and wonderful to have her here. She would have loved all this too.
Well, sorry for your loss, but what a wonderful memory of hers.
It's okay. She was ready. It was her time. It's okay. Sometimes it's a good thing.
Right.
Death is not the worst thing that happens to us.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't think, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Stephanie.
Sorry, my dog's barking, going crazy, so I muted myself. But good morning, everybody, wherever you're joining in from.
Totally fine. I've actually had some, speaking about, where people are joining in from, I've had some really great emails this week from people in other parts of the world about last week's workshop. So it's, even though they can't be here with us, then they are certainly getting the message on their own. So that's always a great thing to experience and
we are truly all around the world, aren't we? Connecting.
Right. We have people on here. Well, actually, Australia because Australia, she's watching the videos. Australia, Canada, from the West Coast, from Oregon to the East Coast in Maine and Virginia, Chicago, Indonesia, Turkey,
Wow.
Germany. So yeah, that's all that I can.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's great perspectives.
Somebody
Yes.
from Japan. I think it's Japan. I was going to say. I think it's Japan. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And the interesting thing is that this work attracts all kinds of age groups and all demographics, right? So there's hopefully there's nobody left behind, that somebody that needs to hear this message can get it. That's my goal. So anybody, anything before I go and start sharing my screen?
Just a question. If we want to sponsor someone for the next course you're doing, whenever that is, how do we go about?
There, I'll start posting a link, which is on the website, on the Braving Midlife website, which is under Pay It Forward Sisterhood. And for those of you that don't know about the Pay It Forward Sisterhood, it's where you actually sponsor somebody. There are 16 women out of the 50 women that are on these calls that were paid for by another woman. And that's part of my mission in doing this work, is that if you sponsor another woman, then once you go through one of these workshops, you get to come back for laying the foundation vision board workshops anytime. I do them 3 times a year, January, May, and September. And you only have to sponsor somebody one time and magic happens. I've now just added VIP events. So at the end for the Pay It Forward Sisterhood, people, whether you're a sponsor or a recipient, so everybody from that sisterhood can come together and meet and greet one another, because oftentimes the women that have been sponsored don't actually know who sponsored them. The sponsors like to remain anonymous for the most part. And I reach out to women's shelters around the globe, or people introduce me to women's shelters. I work with the expat community, which has a large group of women in there that are in between really big transitions. A lot of times women end up moving because they are following their husband and they have to leave their career behind, and all of this stuff ends up coming up for them. And so there's a lot of expat women in this community. And then, of course, when I talk to the executive directors of the women's shelters, then I ask that the women that serve these women in the women's shelters also get to go through this work, because they're the real champions in all of this. So the Pay It Forward Sisterhood has these now VIP events, which after every vision board workshop series, I will have a special speaker come in. This time is my very first one, because the Pay It Forward Sisterhood only happened because it was requested by you all, by past participants. The first VIP event is on February 13th, and it's I've got Kiana Cressman of Emerge Woman magazine coming to speak about living to your full potential. So I'm really excited about that. I reached out to her a few months ago, and we've been in dialogue since then about this really wonderful community that she has built. So, and then, once we do get a chance to get together and we have actually in-person vision board workshops, then before the vision board workshops begin, then I'll have a VIP event for the Pay It Forward Sisterhood women, again, both the sponsors and the recipients, because I want all of these demographics and all of these generations to be in the same room and all get that vibe from one another about, we're all just women, and you know, let's just bring everybody up together. So thanks for asking, sorry about that, Kirsten. That will be, I'll start to share that this coming week, actually, because the next, I mean, it's crazy. The next vision board workshop begins May 1st. So for those of you that want to go through it again, or want to go through, even if you want to just go through one, you know, like I'm really stuck on this, whether it's emotions or spiritual or wealth and abundance, if you just want to go through one session, it's totally fine with me. I mean, you use this information how it best serves you. I'm just the facilitator. I'm just the guide. So the next vision board workshop begins on May 1st. So that's pretty exciting. And I think that's it. I think that's it. We've got 10 of us here. I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Hey, Kay, glad you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, so I am going to go and share my screen. Today, oops, come on there. There you go. So today I'm going to change things up a little bit. I wanted to come from a place of saying that this is the last session of the vision board workshop. So this is the end of it. And on February 6th, which is the bonus call, is I'm totally changing that up too. Because this session in the past, I have touched on and had you download a workbook on values and a little touch on boundaries. But it's so important that I'm going to take it deeper. I'm going to take it deeper and have, hi Susan, and have a whole program just dedicated to values, like how you value yourself. What are the things that are value in your life? Like so you'll kind of, at the end of the program, at the end of next week's session, you'll be able to string together 3 to 5 words I am statement that will kind of keep you on track, as well as be able to see where your boundaries, where you need to get your boundaries in place, whether emotionally, physically, intellectually, like where do you need to draw your boundaries? So I found that it was so important that I wanted to do a whole session on it. So I'm happy about that. Today we're going to talk, today is about you. So we've done the 4 pillars, and so you might think of the 4 pillars as if it were a block, a square, then you've got these 4 pillars that are on the foundation. So we're laying the foundation that is going to support these 4 pillars. And then we're going to lay what you're going to work on today. We're going to lay these thoughts of you, your words that represent who you are, and what you want to bring forward as you go and grow, and get that kind of blanket that lays over the top of this. So I wanted to start today by doing something a little bit different, coming from the end in mind, where normally I would do a lecture or meditation and go into the questions. I've totally thrown it all out. And I've thrown it out because I want you to get to that essence. I want you to get to that vibration of all the work you've done over the past 4 weeks. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to go right into the meditation. And from there, I'm going to put up a picture. I will not go through the questions like I have in the past because you've done the work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get you to imagine a story about yourself. And so even though what I will say will not necessarily be in question form, what I'm going to get you to do is to review each one of these 4 weeks and bring out that person that's inside, to get you to feel her. I want you to feel her. This was such an emotional, I have to say, this was such an emotional workshop with me putting it together. I hope that you get that I'm able to bring forth the same amount of emotion that I had in putting it together. So I'm super excited about this, and I would love, when the session is over, I would love to hear your feedback about it. This is the first time I'm doing it. I just really felt called to switch things up for you and make a change. So this is my answer to what I have experienced of all of you and what, excuse me, I have experienced of the emails of the people that are online watching us. So this is my response to our past 4 weeks together, and I hope it works for you. So asking for help does not make you weak. It means you are brave beyond compare. And you guys have been so wonderful in the Facebook chat about supporting one another. And I'm so grateful for that, because that has been my wish through this community all along. And I feel like I'm finally there. So thank you for allowing me to be authentic and showing up as my true self, which I hope has instilled that same in you. This is it. This is the last thing. This is the end of the Laying the Foundation Vision Board Workshop series. If you don't write the ending, somebody else will. If you don't write it, somebody else is going to. Somebody else will tell you what you need to do. Somebody else will tell you how to live, put the words in your mouth. If you don't write the ending, somebody else will. So today we're putting it together. Finding that golden thread is what I'm going to talk about today. So this is the meditation for today. Again, you don't need to read it. I will read it to you, and you'll receive this in Monday's email as usual, so that you can download it and keep it for your very own. What I wanted to do was bring you through more of a mindfulness meditation where I'm going to take you right through your body. So I want you to have this whole experience, because we're talking about the whole of you today. The whole of you. You've done the work. You are laying the foundation. You showed up. And now it's just time to realize that this thread runs through you. And so if you can go ahead and get comfortable and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out so that you can feel it. Maybe you'll even begin to notice your heartbeat. And that you'll be able to feel this life that was in you with these big, deep breaths in and out. The beautiful woman that sits within you is ready and worthy. Notice how good that feels. The air is abundant, and so are you. Breathe in and breathe out. Today we show gratitude for the awesomeness that is within each one of you. With your eyes closed, bring your attention to your feet, the feet that take you places, the legs that carry you and keep you balanced and upright. How extraordinary that your feet and legs carry you and move you so gracefully through your day. Give them a nod of gratitude. Let them know you acknowledge them. Move your attention to your stomach and digestive system that fills your body with the nutrients you need, magically extracting the riches that the food you eat has to offer and turning it into just the right mixture to keep you safe and healthy. Murmur to yourself, how glorious. Thank you. Breathe in and breathe out. Now move your mind's eye to your kidneys and liver, the organs that move the toxins away, the organs that keep your blood clear and flowing like liquid gold, bringing freshness to your body. It's truly amazing. Whisper to yourself, I am so grateful for the miracle that is me. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your attention to your lungs with the biggest breath you've taken all day. Feel your chest rise as you breathe in the love and release your breath, spreading love out to all you touch. Taking a deep breath is like giving yourself a hug from the inside out. And say things like, my body takes such good care of me. I am in awe of all that I am. To your brain, eyes, nose, mouth, and ears that allow you to view the world in your own special and wonderful way, to see, experience, hear, and taste all the goodness that the world has to offer. Believe that I am unique. I am meant for this. It is my time. I alone am deserving. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your attention to your frame, the bones and skins and cells that provide this beautiful house for which you can be proud to call me. Feel these words. I am worthy. I have a voice. I belong here. I've done the work. I showed up. I am prepared and ready for what lies ahead. My gratitude is overflowing. And to my heart that beats effortlessly, filling me with love as I breathe in and as I breathe out, for I am the light in the darkness for those who have lost their way, the lifeboat for those that are drowning in unfulfilled dreams, the ladder that offers a way out to a world of abundance and beauty. I am all of that and more. Quietly whisper, I am deserving. I am love. And I am the light. And I am grateful beyond words. And I love you so much. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel these words. Thank you for all that I am, for all that I have, and for all that I am about to become. I am forever grateful for my dreams and wishes that made my heart has made me. I am a gift wrapped up in this amazing body that works effortlessly on my behalf. I am deserving, and my love for you is endless. The world is a wonder, and I am part of that. And now, as you begin to feel the seat beneath you, you can go ahead and come back into the room. Open your eyes. Move a little. Shake that booty. Come into the room. The world is a wonder, and I am part of that. So today I want you to get like this image, the image that will take us back to the beginning, back to January 2nd, when we began to weave this thread through all of us, through that person that we are, through these dreams and goals and aspirations that we have, through this person that really is us. We have, throughout our time here on this earth, have just stuffed her down. We've come to adjust our dreams and our goals for other people's wishes, to make other people feel comfortable, but that in no way serves the world. So now, as you've spent this 4 weeks in uncovering and allowing that woman inside of you to bubble up, then today I'm going to ask you to revisit all the work that you've done over these past 4 weeks. And I want you to think about this. Make your future dream a present fact. These words that you've written, these emotions that have come up over the past 4 weeks, make that a present. Make that the present. By assuming the feeling of that wish fulfilled. So remember that I have talked about this whole time about this belief. This belief is a thought that you gave emotion to. So through this 4 weeks, I've asked you to take a look at those beliefs and ask them if they still serve you, if they're still true. And to replace that image of that belief with some new words and some new images. And so you've worked very hard on this past 4 weeks in doing that. And now we're going to review that and begin to thread these thoughts together to kind of imagine all the words that you've written. If you have your past writings or the past words that you've put on paper with you, then start with your financial and abundance page. That's where we're going to go to first. And what I want you to conjure up is, as you look at these words, I want you to look at which of those words speak most to you. Which of the words brings up the most emotion to you? Which of these words can you hold on to and know that for sure that this is the truth, that this is where the thread begins? I want to pick up the needle and begin my thread with these words that I wrote 4 weeks ago. So I want to explain this thought about the golden thread and why this is so important. Most of you know that I started my career in luxury retail, and in working with luxury goods, every luxury manufacturer has a way to show that this product is genuine. Every high-end retailer, any luxury retailer does this. There's in eyeglasses, it will be a mark. They'll put a mark somewhere on the inside of the arms here. Sometimes they'll put it right on the glass, on the inside of the glass that you're not able to see, but with a magnifying glass you can. With shirts, sweaters, dresses, jackets, coats, there'll be a thread that will be a different color. You might notice it on a blouse, for instance, that you'll have a blouse from Prada or one of the other high-end retailers, high-end vendors, luxury vendors. And you'll notice that you have a white shirt and all the buttons are white and all the thread is white, except one thread might be pink on one of the buttons. That's the telltale sign that that particular blouse is authentic. And unfortunately, because of in luxury retail, the theft and the people coming to return fake products, we have to know all of these things in the luxury retail world. So this thread is very, very significant because it's genuine. It is the real deal. So think of this thread, this needle with this thread that you're going to hold in your hand today and weave through these words that are the most authentic out of all of the words that you have written, that are the most authentic because they are genuine. They are yours. They are yours and yours alone. So just like in nature, right? There's nothing perfect, but then on the other side, everything is perfect in nature. You can't say that oh, nature did a bad job there, but you're part of that. You're part of that. So weave this thread through these words that most speak to you today. Because what you see solely depends on the lens in which you view it. So we're going to look at ourselves from the top down as we have these past 4 weeks. We're going to observe ourselves. We're going to describe, get to know, get to be this vibration that is us, that is this person that's inside of us that we've been stuffing down. Now, I think that Kirsten, I saw a message in the Facebook group that you had written about Abraham Hicks. And for those of you that don't know Abraham Hicks, she can sometimes be a little out there for people because she channels this group, which is called Abraham. But it's to see her in person is remarkable. And I've had the pleasure on several occasions to be with her, and it's an incredible experience. But this is what I want you to, this is like the main thing about her message. Think of your vision, this person that you're creating, which really is inside of you, but you're just not ready to see her yet. Kind of like you're going to get your hair cut and the hairdresser has you turned around, and then all of a sudden he flips you around to the mirror and you go, oh my God, like what just happened? That's where we're at. But how Abraham Hicks describes this is she calls it the vortex. So if you can imagine, and I know for some of you this might be going out there, but just work with me. If you can imagine that everything you want is right here. So I don't know if I can stand up and if you can see me. Okay. So everything you want is spinning right here, really fast, because it has that vibration, the essence of all of that you've spent the past 4 weeks writing down is right here beside you. It's right here. And the only reason that you are not in it is because there's something in there that scares you. There's something in there that, oh, I'm not quite sure about that. And so if you try to go in there and step into this place that is spinning so quickly with all of these dreams and goals and aspirations, you get kicked out. And yet again, you get to say to yourself, oh, that's not for me. But knowing that if we can take these pieces of us that we have worked on the past 4 weeks and find that one thing, that one spark in each section to grab with that thread and go on to the next section and find that one thing and grab that with the thread and step closer and closer to this thing that's spinning so quickly beside us. And all I'm asking you to do is to move your toe a little closer, step a little closer. And eventually, no matter how many times you get thrown out, eventually you're going to be able to step to the side and be that. So today, I'm hoping to get you closer to that by looking at your life with the end in mind. Because if all day long you focus on the lack of something, then it's the only thing that your mind can see. It's the only thing your mind can see, because the mind doesn't think. The mind isn't like, we don't really know what the mind is, but the mind doesn't think. You do. You are the ones that put the meaning to the images and the emotion that you have. So if you take away nothing else, I just want this session to be like a light bulb. I just want this session to be like a light bulb that you can see that that's there. And that you've already written the words down already to describe that. The past 4 weeks, you've described that. Now we're going to put we're going to begin to tie this together. So today I want you to think about moments, because the moments are the snippets of time that's where the magic happens. So I don't want you to go to lack thinking. So I want us to table the discussion or the thoughts that might come up about, I don't have enough money. I don't have the resources to do this. Today, we're going to table the discussion about money, because money has no place in you. Because if you are living authentic, then these moments in time that are so precious will actually stack up, just as though they were dollar bills, will stack up and get you to where you want to go, because there is no other way for it to happen. This isn't something, building a new, better version of you is something that money can't buy. This is the inner work. This is you, which is done. It's done. It's all right here. So I want you to envision your life with that evokes emotion. So today is going to be pretty emotional. I want you to evoke emotion. I want you so that you get to the point where you can clearly recall or live in your emotion and describe it. Live in your imagination and describe it. So let's take a trip back. I want you to think of experience-based moments. As you go back to your wealth and abundance and you look at the words that you wrote, or you think about your life in regards to how big it is, how vast it is, what sparks the most emotion? When you think about walking through your vision board and you are looking around at this beautiful life that you have created, where is the awe? Describe the awe that you have of yourself. Now you have created this in your words. You said, you wrote about this awe, this beautiful person that you have become, filled with wealth and abundance, this beautiful life that you have created, filled with beautiful friends and experiences. What are the experiences of someone that looks through the lens of wealth and abundance? This isn't stuff that money can buy. For instance, if you are walking through your vision board and one of the images that you have is an image of you in a beautiful home on the beach, it's not about the home. It's not about how you raised the money to buy the house. It's about, tell me this story. I place my hand on the doorknob and I open the door. And I'm walking through this house that I can't believe is mine. I'm in awe of everything that's in it. What is that smell? What is the smell that permeates the home? What about when you're taking steps? Can you hear your shoes across the floor? Who gets to live in this place? Describe that person that's you. Who gets to live here? Why? Why do you get to live there? What have you called forth about yourself that you get to live there? Why are you the one out of all the other people? Why are you the one that gets to live in this space? Go into the bedroom and open the closet door. Describe her. Describe that person as though she were walking in the room right behind you. Turn around and look at her eye to eye, soul to soul, and describe that person, that feeling that you get from being close to her. What is it? What draws you so to her? What is that light? What is that essence of her that wants you to reach out and touch her, that wants you to be her? Who is she? And what is she giving back to the world? How by her, you, that person being in this world, how does the world benefit from this light that she has? Where is that thread in the wealth and abundance on your journey? What are those words where you can begin to lay this thread in wealth and abundance? She's ready. She's done the work. She is ready to step out. But what still needs to happen? What still needs to happen in order for her to fully understand, for her to fully emanate this feeling of, I am worthy, I deserve to be here? Take that step. Just with your wealth and abundance, just with this view of your wealth and abundance, your life as you, as playing big on the planet, if you were to try to step into that vortex, try to step into that image of you spinning right here beside you, what happens? Can you step in? Can you jump in, playing full out? Can you jump in to that image, just for, even if it's for a moment, and see what it feels like to be that person? You don't even have to tell anybody that you did it. You could just try it. Just try it. Just get there. Now, as we move on to emotions and relationships, again, you've got this needle in your hand and you're looking down at yourself from above. What experience have you had either alone or with another person which put you in awe of the woman that you are today in your vision board? What experience have you had in life as you're walking through your vision board, what experience makes you giddy? What experience fills you with light? What experience have you had that as you wander through your vision board, you feel this warmth radiating from you, knowing that your relationships are pure and genuine. You have surrounded yourself with the people that light you up as you light the world. Recall in your mind a moment as you're walking through your vision board. It has these snippets of moments that you have created. Recall in your mind's eye one moment, an intimate and unforgettable moment that you shared with someone else that has no cost. What is the emotion that intimacy, a conversation, a touch, a gaze, a knowing, a feeling? What was most important about that moment in time that you created because you are the light? Who is she? Look down at the words that you wrote in emotions and relationships and thread those words. Put that thread through those words and let that radiate through your body. Now, as we move our mind onto that divine being that's in us, that spiritual side of us, to where your light radiates from, go to where the stillness is, the peace, the quiet, bliss. What is bliss? As you look around on your vision board, where is bliss? Who is that person that is blissful, that is full of bliss? Where do you begin to see this spectacular woman, which is you? Where is she? Where's the light? Because people are drawn to you because of your clarity, your knowing. People are drawn to this woman that is you. Hold her hand, walk with her through your vision board. Let her spirit fill you until she disappears right into you. Until she becomes you. This woman that you have been looking at from afar, writing these words down for the past 4 weeks. And now it's time to be that person. Now it's time to let her out, let her become. Take that thread and weave it through those words. Those words that bring out that light, so that that light will never be dimmed again, because that in no way serves the world. Who is this woman that moves with such ease and grace? And with the needle still in your hand, find yourself where your innate skills, talents, knowledge, and abilities are called upon to serve the world under your physical outer self-concept, where we look at our capabilities and what that brings to the world, what those capabilities provide us to do inside our vision board, inside this world that we have created, because we created it. These thoughts are ours, they are no one else's. No one else has your thoughts. These thoughts came from inside you. The mind doesn't think, only you do. You have this vision for who you are. And you can only have this vision if that person is already inside of you. That's what's so cool about this. This person is already inside of you. We're not going to make up somebody new. I'm just trying to align you with this spirit, with this vortex, with this vibration that is beside you. I'm just trying to align you with her because she is here. She's here. And some days she comes out a little bit. And those are the days to dip your toe into that vibration and see how it feels. And over time, you'll get closer and closer. So step into this image of you as capable with the knowledge and the skills and the talents that you have. And if you get thrown out, then get back up. Dust yourself off. Pick the needle back up and breathe. Getting thrown out does not make the story end. It does not make it so that that story isn't yours, so that that life shouldn't be yours. It only means that you do not believe in that story as yet. But over time, as you thread this needle through your physical outer self concept and know that you have now brought together these 4 pillars with this beautiful thread of words that are you, of emotions that are you, of moments in time that are you, that they will be together. They are you. And as you move your toe closer and closer, and a foot, and then maybe a leg, and maybe a shoulder into this vibration that is you, where the light is, where you are, then you'll get to feel this lightness that is waiting to bubble up, to cultivate, to breathe. So you can look back at where you started this thread on this journey of wealth and abundance. And you can look back and say, yeah, I get it. That's me. Yeah, I can see that. Look for the moments of awe as you create your vision board, as you step into that vision that is you. For you wrote those words. I wasn't holding your pen. You were the one that described yourself. So let this vision engulf you, like let it be you. Let this golden thread surround you as you stand inside your vision board in your mind's eye. Be flooded by these images of moments, these snippets in time as you look around your vision board and go, yeah, I did that. Yes, I showed up for that person. I was the light for her. take this thread and let it weave its magic. You've done the work. It's snippets of time. This dream, it's not just a dream, because it's a thought. And the thought lies within you. These thoughts that you've had over these past 4 weeks, the interesting thing is they're not made up. It's this divine in you. It's this light in you that you have lit a flame to. You have told her it's okay. It's okay to start coming out. I may not be fully there yet. I may not be able to stand in this space yet. But the flame is there. The thread is what is going to bind this together. Believe that your wish is fulfilled. Believe in the words that you have written over the past 4 weeks. View them, go to them, be them. Shift from the view of an external view where we're comparing ourselves to others, where we see limits, where we see judgment. And bring the focus always, always back to you. The magnificent, amazing, wonderful woman that lies within you. She's there. You've been supporting the women in this group for the past 4 weeks, encouraging them, holding a safe space for them. You have changed another woman's life by being you. You just need to breathe some life into her. No matter where you are on the journey, no matter where you are, you come back to these vision boards time and time again, and you work a little deeper, a little more, a little further on an aspect of you. Always, every day, looking at this vision that you have of yourself, because now you have a vision board that is you, that emanates you. It has your emotion, your words, your images. It is filled with you. And every day, if you work toward doing one thing different, being that person one step closer, that golden thread is now binding us all together. The story that's on your vision board is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. So, I mean, like, imagine you have this vision board on your wall and you look at it and you go, oh my God, like, I am living this. I am living this. I said it. I did it. I am living it. You're the creator. You're the artist. The only thing you need to learn is that you already are what you are seeking to attain. Oh, I mean, you already are what you are seeking to attain. You just have to let go of the story. You have to let go of the lack. You have to let go of the I don't know how to do this. Weave the thread and let that be your guide. Hold on to it like a lifeline. Create this vision board with as much emotion as you can muster up. Because each time you stand in front of it, you want to be able to feel that vibration that's emanating from it so that you can get closer and closer into stepping into this vibration that's right here beside you. That's right here all the time. It's here, it's you. These are not made up words or thoughts that you've had. You just finally took the time to get quiet and let them come up. It just happened to be your time. I just happened to be here. I happen to be in the right place at the right time. We are together in the right place and the right time. They're waiting for you. Master your emotions. And these wishes will emanate. These wishes that you have for your life will emanate throughout you. That's manifesting. That's where the good stuff is. Manifesting those, not being afraid. And when you get fearful, when you fall down, when you get frustrated, when you are like, I can't believe I just doing that again. Just know that it's universe time. That the universe just wants you to go back and try it again because you don't quite have it right. No different than no different than when you were learning how to ride a bicycle. When you fell the first time, if you never got back on a bicycle again, then that's where you would be. But no, instead, you get back up on the bike and you try it again until you master it. So we just want to master these emotions. We want to match what's right here because you've done the work. It's set. It's set. It's set in motion. It's set in motion. It's so exciting. And it's nothing to be afraid of. Frustrating sometimes, yes. Fearful, no. It's nothing to be afraid of, because just because you don't know how to do something is nothing to be afraid of, shamed of, guilty, embarrassed, none of it. Because this is our FFT as it is every day. Every day. So this journey that you've been on over these past 4 weeks takes you through these 7 levels of confidence. And what's on the slides to follow are something that you might want to write down, because confidence, especially for women, is a really big thing, because we don't allow ourselves time to practice, because we, like, when do we get to practice? We don't really. a lot of times we don't play sports, so we never learn how to practice. We go, and sure, we might bake cookies with our mothers as we're little girls, but we don't get to practice having a baby. We don't get to practice nurturing somebody. I mean, everything is constantly being thrown at us. So these levels of confidence there's two different kinds of hormones that we have going on in our body. Anabolic hormones, which are the feel-good hormones, the ones that make us feel warm and fuzzy, the ones that make us feel invincible, the ones that make us feel like we are on fire. And then the other ones, which are called catabolic, which are the stress hormones, the ones that get our adrenaline going, sweaty pits, sweaty palms, that kind of thing. Both of them are good and bad, depending on how they're needed. Now, if you're crossing the street and a car is coming really fast, you need that burst of adrenaline to get you across the street. But that doesn't bode well when you are trying to build your confidence, because having those stress hormones run means that you want to be in control all the time. So we want to get to the place where we are building our confidence through our happiness hormones. So this first level of confidence, and you might even view these levels of confidence when you are looking at your vision board, or when in the past, when you've tried something where you have been in victim mode. I certainly have been there before, especially going through a divorce as a young mom. It was all about pointing my finger at him. But when you're in victim mode, you're living in the past. You're living in something that happened, whether it's a week ago, a day ago, 20, 30, 60 years ago. In victim mode, you're living in the past. Your stress hormones are raging. You can't think, you can't come to solution. You're in victim mode, you're in lack. And whenever you're in lack mind, there's no way for you to get to solution, because you are looking outside yourself. Next is conflict. Wanting control, holding judgment of somebody else. You're in conflict with somebody. This, again, has got our stress hormones going. Now I'm moving into responsibility. As I begin to build my confidence, I'm moving into responsibility and beginning to believe in myself. My feel-good hormones are starting to fire up. They're starting to give me some of the juicy stuff. And as I begin to take responsibility for my thoughts, the belief that I have about myself, that I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I deserve to have a seat at the table, I deserve to have a voice. Once you begin to believe, then we move on to concern for others. So I'm hoping that you can feel these different words, because it's only in the feeling that then we can understand how important these words are. Because once we go from victim, where we go from conflict, where we are pushing against, it's outside ourselves. We are pointing the finger. We are not taking responsibility for our thoughts, our actions, our anything. We are outside of ourselves with looking for answers, when the only answers are held from within. Then as we begin to take responsibility for our thoughts, just our thoughts, then we start to go inward. We start to go inward to believe, which brings about looking at what our light does for other people. And there begins that flame. There brings about that flame and brings about opportunity. So as we go through this confidence, you can even feel that how your shoulders relax, or how that tightness leaves your body, how it just begins to release, because you have an inner knowing now that there are opportunities around you, because there's this peace and understanding that you have about yourself, because you have this inner knowing that I have some responsibility to play here and what happens to my life. And now, after going through this 4 weeks, now you have created this path, you've created this vision for your life, and you can see that there is opportunity out there for you. You may not be able to describe it totally yet, but you can see that it's there. You know that there is something there for you. And then we move into synthesis, which is that sense of belonging, that you belong here, that you are here for a reason, that no one has the message to share with the world like you do. No one has that message. Just like me and putting on a vision board workshop. I put on a vision board workshop the way I do, with my experience, my background, my knowledge. Somebody else's vision board workshop is totally different. It doesn't make it right or wrong, good or bad. It just makes, this is mine. This is from the experience and the talents and the capabilities that I have. And I belong here as you belong here. And then we move on to non-judgment, which is knowing that you are in this space. You have stepped into that vibration that is you. You've stepped into the vibration. You are fearless. You're creating. You are moving toward that better, higher, best version of yourself all the time. You're in it. And yes, there may be days when you get thrown out, but you are in it. You are there. So this confidence, I hope that through this 5 weeks together, you've been able to feel this bubbling up, feel this person that's inside of you, because she's always been there. She's just been hanging out. She's literally been hanging out, smoking cigarettes, drinking a Manhattan. Like, I don't know what she's been doing in your body, but you know, she's just been on easy street. Because the most beautiful thing that you can wear is confidence. And you've got that with your thread. This thread of these words that you wrote, that you conjured up, that are only your words. They're there for you. So I hope that this helped to put some definition to this story that you're creating, this vision that you're creating. Did you enjoy that journey, or would you rather I have gone back to the old format? Like what tell me what you were experiencing. Yes, Kay.
Me?
Yep.
Perfect. That was all perfect for me. I love this journey. I love spirituality. I love, I was wondering if anybody else knew of Abraham, and that's who you remind me of. You speak to me the same way that she always did back in the 90s when I first experienced her. I later need to speak to you on your own, on our one-on-one to work that out. I've hung up on a few things. The spiritual part I'm fine on. It's the grounding here on the earth where I have my problem. I'm great out here in the spirit. I live in Lala. That's where I'm comfortable. Bringing it back to earth, reeling it back in is my challenge, which is a whole different thing that I don't think I need to take everybody on. But this is perfect. Is this your first vision board on Zoom in this format?
No, this particular,
It's great.
Instead of asking the questions like I normally do, bringing up questions, then I just felt, I don't know, I just felt like that's something I needed to do something different this time. And
it felt perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good. I feel there's a big spiritual connection within this group. I feel everyone's energy so much as an empath, and I think you, in my opinion, have taken us to the place we all needed to go. I can't speak for everyone, but I feel that many of us needed this. Exactly where you take
right. There are no coincidences, right? We end up in places, we end up, where we belong for a reason. But now it's the tough part, right? Now it's stepping into doing the work, because we can all make beautiful vision boards and say we want to do all these great things, but it isn't until we actually begin to make action steps, we gain momentum, we put it out there, these scary things that we have done or said and claim a space, for Marla, it's claiming the space as a book writer. And let's see, who else is here? For Kirsten, it's creating these bike tours, but Bike and Soul for women. For Patty, it's putting these, doing these card readings and working through crystals and essential oils to bring out that other side of us. It's claiming that space. Now it's just claiming it and saying, I don't have to do this like anybody else. And times are different now. Times are different. When I started out in outside sales, I was a door knocker. I knocked on doors for a living. Hey, you want some of my stuff? Well, I can't do that now. So what do? Do I sit home and cry because, oh, woe is me, I'm a salesperson and I can't sell anything? Well, that's far from the truth. What is that? What's that action step that I can take? What can you take? What's the one thing that you can take? And if this isn't big stuff I'm talking about, like I'm not talking like monumental freakoid out of body experience stuff. I'm talking about just saying, I find out that, Patty did card readings. I mean, it was just like, oh, wow. I remember my mom used to have her cards read all the time. I want to do that. I have grandkids. Marla writes children's books. Like, what? How perfect is that? Like, I'm going to look like a superstar when my grandson gets his book next week right before Valentine's Day. He's going to think, my daughter's going to think I'm a Wonder Woman, and God forbid Marla just saved my ass. That's all. So, it's just going, okay. So Marla, her website is down. And at the end of her video, it says, go check out my website. Well, her website's down. It doesn't mean that she has to stop. So eventually that will get fixed. But until then, there's no reason not to say, I'm a children's book writer. Look at what I've created. This is my give back to the world, because I know that if your kid reads this, or if you read this to your child, and you also take away the lessons from this, then boy, have I impacted the world. Not only have I impacted that child, but I've also impacted that adult and those other, and that husband and wife relationship. Like, I did that because I said, look at me. It may not be for you. This book may not be for you, but maybe you do know somebody. Maybe you know, who do you know who has a grandkid? That's a simple question. We just have to claim the space as our own, and know that if somebody says, gee, this isn't for me, then it's just, that's all it means. It doesn't mean that, no, Susan, you can't believe that I can run for my talents. No, you can't, because they're yours. They're yours. You just have to, you don't have, this is the thing. It's just like in one of the meditations that I read, I think it was week 2, where it says, make statements not in, claim your space, not in loud words, but in great deeds. Not in loud words, but in great deeds. How powerful is that? We can all do that. I can tell Patty about, I can share my girlfriends with Patty and tell them, hey, I just had this really cool experience. If they want to check her out, then go ahead, check her out. But I can at least open the door. Because what she has to share is valuable for some people. So just begin to claim your space, but you can only claim your space if you are willing to make some movement. And it doesn't mean like that's set in stone. It doesn't mean that it has to be set in stone. Let me see. My grandson was born 2 years ago. So 3 years ago, I had a website. I had a website that I had for, I don't know, forever. It seemed like forever. I had, oodles of several thousand people that were following me online. I used to blog all the time. Like, my website crashed. I lost everything. When I tried to back it up, when I, called up my backup and tried to reload it, I didn't go back far enough and just reloaded the same virus again. So once I did that, I lost it. I didn't keep aside any of the email addresses. It was all on the search engine that I was on, the host that I was doing this with. So I lost everything. And I sat in my bedroom. I remember I was at my daughter's house. I sat there and I cried and cried and cried myself to sleep for days and days and days. And then all of a sudden, this vision came to me of, boy, this is your opportunity to really say what you want to say, you're a different person now. You've had different experiences. You now live overseas. You have become a different person. Now, what do I want to say now? And that was the birth of Braving Midlife. And now I just feel like I am just, I feel like I'm light. I feel like I'm certainly there are things that I need to do. There are more things I need to learn. I'm not doing everything right. Certainly, there are, my goal is to reach 100,000 women through this Laying the Foundation Vision Board workshop series. I'm almost at 1,000. So I have, what's that? I have 999,000 to, I mean, it's some ridiculous amount. It's not, but it will happen. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, but knowing that with each woman that takes this workshop, that her life has changed. She can never go back and say, I didn't know that stuff. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that these thoughts were mine. Oh, no. You can't ever go back and say you don't know it. It may not always feel good, and you may not always want to move forward, but you can't ever go back and say, oh, I didn't know that. Nope. No, that wasn't me. So this little flame that you've got going is either going to stay a little flame, or you're going to add a little bit more spark to it, a little bit more fire to it by saying to one more person, hey, do you know anybody that wants their cards read? Hey, do you know anybody that has grandkids? Because I got this really cool book. Hey, do you know anybody? Have you ever taken a motorcycle ride? Hey. Because you don't know whose life you can change until you ask. And it's that spark, but it's the action. You've got to now take action. You've got to claim your space. And I hope that these past 4 weeks and that today that you're able to use this thread, cut down the words, use this thread and begin to weave this string of words shorter and shorter so that it rolls off your tongue of who you are. I'm a book writer. I help children become more confident. Do you know of any kids that could use some confidence building right now in today's world? I think I do. I know a hell of a lot of kids that need some help. And how dare we hold that information for ourselves? How dare we? Because we're afraid of what somebody might think? It's not our place to hold on to this. We were given these thoughts. These thoughts are ours alone. We were given these thoughts. We were given these talents. We were given this knowledge to do something with it. How dare we hold on to it? So I just hope that you will stay connected. Know that May 1st, you can start this crazy thing all over again. That the Facebook group is always there for you. That I'm always here. I'm just an email or a Facebook message away. There are plenty of ways for us to collaborate together. Michelle, you'll be there May 1st. I'll put you on the list. And if you do want to do May 1st, just, you just need to let me know, because otherwise you don't get on the email. So that's, that's the list has already started. So if you know of any other women that this might be that this information might be useful for, then you can, I'm so happy, Marla, thank you. I'm so happy to be in dialogue with somebody. If you, want me to reach out to somebody, if you have, if you want to invite somebody into this group that you think would help them, I'm here. And again, on next Saturday, same time is I've taken, as I mentioned in the video, if any of you watched that on the Facebook group, I have blended 3 workbooks that I did to hopefully, I hope, it may still need a little bit of tweaking, but I think I got it. Like, I think I got this values thing, this values and boundaries thing down. Because again, you've got your vision board, but it is this belief. You got to conjure up that belief, and knowing, thank you, Karen, knowing that this I am statement, putting together an I am statement of, again, claiming your space, just claiming your space. So anyway, you'll see that that email for next week will go out. It's going to be the same link, actually. It's going to be the same link as this one is. The other 2 bonuses, the Paying It Forward Sisterhood VIP event will be a different link, as well as the Entrepreneur Masterclass with Heather Morrison on the 20th will be another separate link, but you will get email messages for those if you want to join. They are no cost, so you're able to join those as well. So we good? Thanks, Kirsten. So I am, like, I'm thrilled to be your guide on this. Like, it's so exciting for me to see. It's so, it's really, it's thrilling for me. And so if there is anything else that anybody needs to discuss or throw out there before I close us out. Yes, Susan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, did we get any kind of a printout of what you had just shown, page by page, on the 7 levels of confidence? And...
I could turn that into a download. Sure.
Okay. And then my other statements would be, I guess, before letting you all go, is I've grown in the last 4 weeks. I have a lot more growing to do. It's more of a discipline thing, I think, for me at this old stage in my life. But I just want to say there's not enough hours in the day to try to conquer all that I want to do. So I have to learn to set those boundaries. And
yes,
I think, you're helping me learn to understand this. Because it's really hard, as being a woman. Like you said, there's so many other things pulling at our, but yeah, I'm hoping to act upon your teachings, and I want to thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Patty, for your words. So ladies, I'm super excited. I'll see you next Saturday. And may I always see the truth. May I always speak the truth. May I always feel the truth. I love you so much. Namaste. Until next week. Ciao.